Misdemeanors are a category of criminal offenses that are considered less severe than felonies but more serious than infractions or petty offenses. They generally involve lesser penalties, such as shorter jail sentences, smaller fines, or community service. Below, we explore what misdemeanors are, their classifications, common examples, and the potential consequences of a misdemeanor conviction. Definition of misdemeanors. A misdemeanor is a criminal offense that is less severe than a felony and typically punishable by less than 1 year of incarceration in a local or county jail, rather than a state or federal prison. Misdemeanors can also involve fines, probation, community service, or other penalties. Classification of misdemeanors. Misdemeanors are often classified into different categories or classes depending on the jurisdiction. Common classifications include 1. Class A or Class 1 misdemeanors. Severity, the most serious type of misdemeanor. Penalties could include up to 1 year in jail, higher fines, and probation. Examples: assault with bodily injury, DUI, first offense in some states, theft of higher value property. 2. Class B or Class 2 misdemeanors. Severity, less severe than Class A misdemeanors. Penalties, typically up to 6 months in jail and lower fines. Examples: minor theft, vandalism, public intoxication. 3. Class C or Class 3 misdemeanors. Severity, the least severe type of misdemeanor. Penalties often involve shorter jail sentences, up to 30 days, smaller fines, and probation. Examples: disorderly conduct, simple assault, some traffic violations. Common examples of misdemeanors. Misdemeanors can cover a wide range of offenses, including but not limited to assault and battery. Simple assault, minor physical harm or threat of harm. Battery, unauthorized physical contact or use of force against another person. Theft and property crimes. Petty theft, theft of property or cash below a specified value threshold. Vandalism, intentional damage to property. Drug offenses, possession of small amounts of controlled substances, particularly for personal use. Paraphernalia, possession of drug paraphernalia. Driving offenses, DUI, DWI, driving under the influence of alcohol or drugs, first offense in some states. Reckless driving, operating a vehicle in a manner that shows willful disregard for safety. Public order crimes, disorderly conduct, acts that disturb public peace and order. Public intoxication, being visibly drunk in a public place. Domestic violence, minor incidents, instances involving physical harm or threats of harm within domestic relationships. Trespassing, unlawful entry, entering or remaining on someone else's property without permission. Legal process for misdemeanor cases. 1. Arrest and citation. Arrest. Law enforcement officers may arrest a person suspected of committing a misdemeanor. In some cases, the individual might receive a citation to appear in court instead of being arrested. 2. Initial appearance, court appearance. The accused appears before a judge to hear the charges and enter a plea, guilty, not guilty, or no contest. Bail. The judge may set bail or release the defendant on their own recognizance. 3. Pretrial proceedings, discovery. Both the prosecution and defense exchange evidence and information. Pretrial motions. Legal motions may be filed to challenge evidence or seek dismissal of charges. 4. Plea bargaining negotiation. Many misdemeanor cases are resolved through plea bargains, where the defendant pleads guilty to a lesser charge or receives a reduced sentence in exchange for avoiding trial. 5. Trial bench trial. In many misdemeanor cases, trials are conducted without a jury, known as a bench trial, where the judge serves as the fact finder. Jury trial. In some cases, particularly more serious misdemeanors, the defendant may request a jury trial. 6. Sentencing penalties. If convicted, the judge imposes a sentence, which may include jail time, probation, fines, community service, or other penalties. Consequences of a misdemeanor conviction. 1. Criminal record. Public record. A misdemeanor conviction typically becomes part of the individual's permanent criminal record, which can affect employment, housing, and other opportunities. 2. Fines, monetary penalties. Defendants are often required to pay fines, which vary depending on the severity of the offense and jurisdiction. 3. Incarceration, jail time. Incarceration in a local or county jail, typically for less than 1 year. 4. Probation. Supervised release. The defendant may be placed on probation, requiring regular meetings with a probation officer and compliance with specific conditions. 5. Community service requirements. Courts may require offenders to perform a certain number of hours of community service. 6. Restitution compensation. The defendant may be ordered to pay restitution to compensate victims for losses or damages.